archangel that is here to support healing. Okay, so oftentimes Archangel Raphael is associated with the color green. If any of you are aware of the heart chakra, that's also a color that is connected to the heart chakra, green. So there are a couple of messages that I got for February that I just wanted to touch on. The one being Archangel Raphael being here to support me and to support guides for the month of February to support in more heart healing. And I was like, okay. I don't actually particularly connect with Archangel Raphael often. So that was interesting. And then there was a message that came through yesterday when I just paused to ask about the energy of February. And I think I've mentioned quite a bit that I lightly follow astrology, but this is not astrological, so it might be aligned with what's happening astrologically. I'm not sure. But what came through is that this is going to be a very strong month of polarity. And I know it feels like it has been, but the purge that may happen for people in this month, the heart purge, is really going to be affected by the events that are happening in the collective. And I know a lot of people have been feeling very heart tender and shutting down, right? And shutting down based on the noise and the pressure and the overwhelm of what appears to be happening in the collective, okay? And so the message is that I sense that that's not going to calm down for the month of February. But remember, part of what I'm here to support are light workers, okay? I'm here to support light workers. I'm here to support light workers in not getting dragged down to a point where we lose hopelessness, where we succumb to fear to a point where we can no longer connect to our divine gifts, okay? And it's interesting, and I'm going to be just straightforward, because one of the things that I do notice that drags people down is when they get overly identified with political parties, all right? And what happens is when we get too overly identified with politics or a political party, we cannot see their shadow. We start to align with them, and there's confirmation bias that happens, and we can't see the big picture. When we start pulling ourselves out of that, we can start to see a much bigger perspective, and we can start to see that there's actually a lot of shadow in the whole political system. All right. That actually pulls us more into truth, and it pulls us out of blaming and pointing fingers and understanding that the negative force in this reality, right? It doesn't pertain to a particular group. It doesn't pertain to a particular figure. It pertains to anything that wants to keep us in states of fear and in lack of control. All right. So I just want to share that, because if you feel like you're getting too pulled in to scenarios and too stuck to what's happening in different ways, it might be a good idea to sometimes back up and come back home. We talked about this last week. Collect ourselves, feel that beautiful divine light within us, because that helps to gain perspective. Think about when we start to give attention to that divine spark, that God spark within us, that pulls us out of polarity, okay? It pulls us into oneness, because that's the truth of who we are. And that oneness is unconditional love. And so the more we actually move into that state of being, of feeling and witnessing and giving attention to that God spark within us, the less we get bogged down and dragged down by what is purging in the collective, okay? Because you have to remember too that what is happening in the collective is a reflection of what we're all holding in our fields. All right. And so when we blame and point fingers and that's not about me and, okay, or we're all in agreement in some way. And the only way we move out of agreement is when we start claiming that divine spark within us. It's how we start shifting out of that old way. Okay. So I'm seeing some conversation. I'm choosing faith instead of fear. Change the letters of the word of fear to the letters of the word faith every time we hear. I love that. And we do, just as much as guides who benefit from controlling light starts with, yes, absolutely. At some point, we'll talk about this more, but there is a hierarchy actually of dark beings, negative beings. And the more prominent you become, and this happens to light workers too, who become more visible, the more they have to be on their game because they are the negative energy. They're more susceptible to attachments because they are holding more power. And this happens to political figures that you might think, they started off with good intentions, and then along the way, they had to do things that sometimes compromised their integrity and made them more vulnerable to attachment. So I don't want to go too deep into that, but the idea is try to step back a bit, and just try to stay open so that we don't get too blinded by the shadow. Okay? All right. Perfect. I love that. I've been praying to God, turn up my fear into faith. Beautiful. So let's begin. Let's take a moment right now just to find your breath. And remembering that in the month of February, as I began, there will be more of that awareness of a split, right? Where there will be heaviness purging and those getting lost in it. And there will be those who say, I see that, and I'm not going to actually attach to that. That's my moment, and that's my invitation to come in, to cultivate that beautiful sanctuary, that beautiful, peaceful place within me, to feel that divine spark within me, to remember that, yes, I'm having this human experience, but as soon as I can start connecting to the vastness of my soul, that actually supports the highest good more than anything. Okay? And so just pausing for a moment as we start to come in and feel our breath, allowing the breath to be our anchor point into the present moment. When we come into the present moment, we start to draw all of our energy here, our life force, any energy that's trapped in the past, trapped with other people, with collective agreements. Let's hold the intention right now that we're calling back our energy. And we're just focusing on that beautiful breath. And as we breathe in, let's breathe in peace. And as we breathe out, let's breathe out noise. So it's as though you are breathing out the noise you may have collected, you may have absorbed. Okay, you're just breathing it out, and you're breathing in peace. Breathing in peace, breathing out noise. And as you start to really bring 100% of your focus onto your breath, you start to focus your energy. You start to naturally clear out imbalance. We start to come into wholeness. Breathing in peace, breathing out noise. Breathing in peace, breathing out noise. And as you continue, just notice your body starting to soften. If there's any areas of tension or stress, just bring your awareness to wherever you're holding tension. And as you bring your full awareness, that full awareness is your light. The only thing that starts to corrupt that light are our thoughts. So we're starting to just bring those thoughts into the background so we can just become pure awareness, so that we can just easily connect to our light. And just bringing that light through your awareness to wherever you're holding tension. So maybe your shoulders, your jawline. Just scan your body right now. And as you scan your body, may you offer it love. This beautiful instrument with so much intelligence, far more than we give it credit for. This fever that I have right now is my body coming into balance, pushing out whatever needs to clear right now. It knows what to do. If I can just get out of the way and let my body do what it does best, which is to come back into balance. And so as we breathe in and we breathe out and we start to just scan our body, knowing that wherever we bring our presence right now, we're unwinding the body of stress, of tension, of any uneasiness. And the more our body starts to relax, the more our nervous system starts to relax. We start to move out of tension, and we start to open ourselves to the different layers of our existence. We can't connect to our higher selves when we are locked in stress, when our body is locked up in tension. So continue to just soften and breathe as we bring our awareness down to the bottoms of our feet and just breathe here. And as you bring your awareness, 100% of your focus to the bottoms of your feet, may you feel your energy come down into your body, pulling spirit deep in so that you are home. And this is how we start to turn up our lights. We first come home. Spirit comes all the way in, and just breathe here. And let's call on that ring of light as we call in our angels to support us in remembering the vibration of unconditional love. And so just feeling that high vibration around you as we breathe, as we let go of doubt, as we let go of fear, just breathing it out, letting it go, so that we may feel the magnificent presence around us. This beautiful, high vibrational team of beings that are here to support you while you are in human form. And they're here to remind you that when you get too stuck in your human experience, to call on them. That's why they're here. You can call on them to support you in healing, in letting go, clearing, raising your vibration, but you must call on them because they will not interfere with your free will. And so as we pause right now, we just allow ourselves to be open to their presence around us. May we breathe in this love, reminding us of who we are at our core. And as we breathe in this beautiful, unconditional love, we call on Archangel Raphael to be a part of this circle. to bring us deeper into healing, healing all of our bodies. Archangel Michael and Raphael are very powerful in supporting us in coming back into our power as spiritual beings. Now remember, we can all do this on our own without our angels and without the archangels, but it's also okay when we need help. It's okay. It's actually a beautiful gesture of surrender. It's actually a beautiful gesture of understanding that we are doing this in co-creation. And may we all stay humble to this. This remembering that we are a spark of God, a spark of the divine. And there's a difference between playing God and remembering that we are a spark of Creator. When we play God, we are in our ego. We have cut ourselves off from help. But when we remember that we are an aspect of God, we open ourselves to co-create in this magnificent tapestry of unconditional love. So just breathing here as we bring our awareness to our heart space and just simply breathing into the heart as we start to awaken the field around the heart, the energetic heart, this powerful field. And the only thing our heart needs is for us to be present with it, to bring our attention to it. So simply breathing in and out of the heart is all that is needed to allow that magnificent energy to start to build. And may we start to feel these beautiful heart waves move through our field, connecting all aspects together, even the aspects that we have shunned, we have turned away from, even the aspects we have left to wither in shadow. In this moment, we just breathe into the heart and we allow all aspects of us to come into union. As we breathe, we feel this peace, this inner peace that is inherently us, that is inherently a part of our soul, start to expand as we breathe. This is how we create this beautiful sanctuary within. When the moments get hard in the outer world, when they get confusing, when they get noisy, and we feel upside down, this is when we pause and we come back in and we breathe into that beautiful heart and that beautiful spark of divine. And as you breathe in to that spark of Creator that is inherently you, you start to strengthen it with your awareness of it, remembering that this spark of God that is you, that is uniquely yours, is here to support you in coming into your highest expression here on earth. And the more that you pause from looking at that outside of you, and you remember that it is just here within you, that this supplies your life. And the more you water it with your attention, the more it just starts to light up your path. The more it draws to you the experiences and people that will support you in living your highest expression on earth. Because that's what you signed up to do in this lifetime. In this specific lifetime, you have agreed to move into your superhuman, where you're having a beautiful human experience and so intimately connected to the divine creator that you are, all at once. And when we start to come into alignment with that, that is when we thrive. That is when we start to create heaven on earth. It's interesting to think that the only reasons that we suffer are because we have forgotten that we are divine. Just pause with that for a moment. We have forgotten that we are divine. And we must remember by going in to feel that beautiful light at our core, to energize it more than our shadow. Because our shadow is only us. It is only unrealized light. That is what our shadow is. And just breathing here as we call in a beautiful angelic attunement to move through the crown of your head, to move through every layer of your being, to pull all aspects of you even deeper into peace and balance and harmony. And where we start to each individually raise our vibration to our own natural divine expression. And let's move this attunement into our home environment and just fill up the entire home with beautiful light so that anything other than unconditional love just starts to immediately clear out. Anything that pulls us down in our environment, any interference is being cleared right now. May we remember this feeling as we move into February, that this is a vibration game, that this shift that we are moving through is vibrational. It's not going to be physical. We cannot fix the old world through our physical expression like we've tried in the past. This is energetic. That is what will shift this world. And we will do that within us. Remembering that every person, every holder of the light that starts to come into deeper realization of the light that they hold has the potential to awaken 1,000 other souls. And this is not by anything that they need to do or say. It's just by the radiant love that they are emanating out, reminding others of the light that they hold within them as well. This is what we mean when we say we embody the light. We embody the love. We can't just speak it. We have to live it. And the more we live it, the more it ripples out into the planet. And then let's just do a quick scan of our field, remembering that as you hold this light through your pure awareness, wherever you scan, you leave behind more consciousness, more light. And so as we scan the left side of our field, we leave behind more light. As we scan the right side of our field, we leave behind more light. We scan behind us, behind the back of our head, our neck, the scanning, leaving behind more conscious light. Scanning in front, scanning above the head, scanning below the feet, and then just scanning through the crown of the head, scanning the body, moving all the way down through the arms, through the legs, all the way down to the feet. And then just breathing here. And let's take a few breaths together as we start to come to a close. If you feel called, maybe placing a hand on your belly and your heart, just to feel this beautiful body. Offer it a blessing. Thank you for holding me, holding my spirit. Thank you for teaching me and showing me when I'm out of alignment. Thank you for all that you do. And let's take a nice deep breath in through the belly. Sigh it out. Again, breathing in. Sighing it out. And once more, breathing in and exhaling. And we close with these words, and so it is. It is complete. All that we cleared and let go of, and all that we reawakened within. It is done.